I understood those words individually. I know what they mean, but when you put them in that order, that's not a thing. I don't know what that is. That's blibbity blab. That's nonsense.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are tuning in from. This is the BS Buddies podcast. I'm Joe, that's Ian, and today we're doing something a little bit different than we usually do. We are both on Reddit right now, and we are going to go through two-sentence stories. Ian is going to start off with two-sentence horror, and I'm going to copy, but do it on wholesome. Thank you, follow through on wholesome. So we get horror and then wholesome.
You're going to have a nice jarring back and forth experience of some really good ones, some really dumb ones, some really happy ones, and some really strange ones.
And we're just going to comment on each one and see if we like them or how awful they are, whether it's scary or just needs some work. So Ian is going to start us off on the horror side just so we can get some wholesome side after.
Well, okay. Hang on, I'll start off with two, because first of all, this very first one I like that's funny is the "Where did you buy this bungee jump rope?" on Temu. That one made me chuckle. So I like that one. But this one that was good was by the time the search party got close to the missing kid, he had fallen asleep due to exhaustion. Everyone kept calling the kid's name, but with no battery left in his hearing aid, the kid just kept sleeping. Eee! Oh, that's a good one.
Starting off great.
I will admit some of these really stretch the two-sentence rule, but I think this one was okay. I think it's fairly okay. This one.
Yeah, that's definitely one where your mind wants to wander and ask questions, and that's where it's like really good two-sentence storytelling, where you're building a scene off of just two longer sentences.
Exactly.
For my first one, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
For the wholesome side by Nom Nom Wafer, I was the worst at distinguishing details. Everything looked the same when shrouded in black and darkness. Until I met Lena, my lens to view the world and my fluffy partner to accompany me through the streets. I hope they're talking about a dog, because I don't know if...
That definitely paints a strange picture. Maybe he's a furry.
Okay, let's move on.
He's just gonna breeze right past that. All right.
Yep. Ian,
so
what do we got on the horror side?
Where did it go? I just had it. Here we go. This was another good one, I thought. I smiled as I locked the door, knowing nobody could get into my children's room. As I lit the match, I smiled because I know nobody could get out either. I think that paints a pretty nice dark picture. I think that sums it up pretty nicely, and I don't think I want to see that in effect in reality. I don't know. Words are hard.
Don't worry. I don't know how you can go off of that and have a pretty story. I tried to think of one, but it was kind of dumb. Reading this one on the wholesome side, it depends if you... Oh, I guess it is kind of wholesome. She held her true love in her arms, knowing there was only one way to save him. Without thinking, she bore her fangs and sank them into his neck.
Oh my god.
On the wholesome side, that's sweet to save him. But that's also, if I don't want to live forever as a vampire. That sounds awful.
I don't know. I guess this all depends on your personal taste about the situation. Like,
taste, pun intended.
It was not intended, but thank you for that. Good save. It really makes me look cool. Thanks for that. That was intentional. 100%. I don't know. I don't.
Is
I
that
think that gives me the heebie-jeebies more than it makes me smile. But wonderful. I like the sentiment. I'm there for it. Here's one that's just dumb because I saw it and it's dumb. It's 60 degrees outside. It shouldn't be too bad, I said. That was until I realized I wasn't in America and I wasn't using Fahrenheit. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, look at the temperature
that's
joke.
that is horrifying.
60 degrees Celsius. Okay, what is? Hold on. We're gonna see Fahrenheit.
So we are American. We can't do that off the top of our heads.
I don't have that calculation down.
I
Let's
can
see.
get it on like basic temperatures, but when it's higher, no
That's
idea.
140 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll be mostly fine. Just like put on some really good sunscreen and carry umbrella. You'll be okay. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. That's
That's
not
just
that hot.
Afghanistan. I don't think
That's
I don't think they're in Europe.
that's mostly at the equator. We don't got to worry about any of that. It's fine. It's okay.
um,
Oh, let's see. Where's a good one here?
hold on. It's my turn. Don't take my
You
turn.
you good? Yeah, you good? You good? I'm
Okay.
just looking for more on
I
my end
I
because
read
that
this
one was
one. I read this one beforehand just to see what it was like, and I like this one. All the secretive texts she was sending, the whispered conversations, clued me onto what to expect when I came home. But I never imagined she could get that many people to come to my surprise birthday party. I love that twist.
I like that. It just takes such a nice turn. I like that. That's some nice content right there. That's
my
some nice
next
bubble.
my next one is awful. It's bad.
Oh, okay. So I got a good one for you here. Purely because it gave me the cringe factor. Made me just that feeling as a kid of putting the Elmer's glue on your hands, waiting for it to dry and peeling it off? Yeah, it's nothing like that, he said as he shoved my hands into the pot of boiling water.
What?
That one just oh, I don't like
For
the feeling that conjures in my mind.
for me, if it said like it's just like this and then stuck it in, but it's like, yeah, it's nothing like that. Just
Like I like that one. That was a good subversion of expectations, I should say.
going from good to bad. Sorry, Jeff man. What has spots and a big stripe? My dog Sport Ball. That's who.
What? My dog's sport ball.
One word, Sport Ball. No joke.
Sport.
That's what it says.
My dog's sport ball. What the fuck? Who names? I'm not even gonna ask questions. It's gonna lead me down rabbit holes I don't want the answer to. Oh, let's see. Oh, this one's just sad.
I don't know if I'm ready.
Oh. I stared at her in awe as she tilted her head upwards, eyes closed, letting the warmth bathe her face. She was so beautiful in the moments before the blast hit us. That's just what that was just
Oh my.
yeah.
That that's a that paints a clear picture right there.
That's a good one.
That's
That's
better
a
than
good
Sport
one.
Ball the dog.
That paints a very beautiful but horrible picture.
Uh, this one could be a horrible picture to start. I was initially terrified of my new mother in law. Starting off good. This week, she's teaching me how to crochet mittens. Thank you,
You
Haunted
know,
Noodle.
there's no specific rule that says they have to make them sound creepy to start, but I appreciate the extra effort that people go through to make it seem creepy in the beginning of the text.
The next one I have, you're it's more for you, but I don't understand it. So I hope you can help me out. Do you have
Hmm.
find a good one, or should I read this one quick?
Uh, I would say probably read that one. Some of these are really long, and some of these are just meh.
This is by Long John Teabag.
I salute you for that name alone, good sir.
Oh, good thing you're saluting. Hey, you have a spare mag? Said the soldier. I go dig into my rucksack for an extra mag, but the soldier's camo out of commission. Do you know what that means? I
Wait,
I
say
go
that end part
I
again?
go dig into my rucksack for an extra mag, but the soldier's camo out of commission. Does that make any sense to you? Because it didn't to me.
I understood those words individually. I know what they mean. But when you put them in that order, there's that does not mean anything. His camo out of commission? That's not a thing. I don't know what that is. That's blibbity blab. That's nonsense.
I,
Flibbity.
I
I
didn't
don't
know
know
if
what that is.
rucksacks were like camo,
Well,
but
a rucksack is like a backpack. So the person is saying, "Oh, I dug in my bag for an extra mag," but his camo out of commission. I don't know what they're trying to get at with that one.
don't don't worry. The next one is confusing, but it has a nice zinger to it. Are
Oh,
you just seeing awful ones?
oh, here's another good one, but it's one of those like ones. Always thought it'd be cool to get stuck in a time loop. I just wish it wasn't on the day I suffered a severe stroke right after midnight.
Oh,
Like, God, like they do a good job of like just it puts a visceral picture in your head, you know?
Reddit, bravo. Um, if do you want to be cheered up after that one? Because I do.
I really do,
Okay,
yes. I could use
perfect.
that.
Um, I'm not my parents' daughter anymore. I'm their son.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
Oh,
Um,
what the? Okay, I'm reading this one quick. Right under it. Yesterday I went to shops. They had a fine selection of cheeses. With like 20 exclamation points after.
I'm glad they had cheese for you, dude. I guess you really dig cheese. I'm glad they had that cheese for you, homeboy. Wouldn't want you to be without your blue cheese, your moldy mushroom, whatever nonsense they got going on with cheese these days.
Mushroom cheese?
I don't know. It probably exists out there somewhere.
I don't know if I want to look it up though. That sounds terrifying. I know I'm from Wisconsin and all, but mushroom cheese just doesn't sound great.
Moldy cheese, maybe that's the one, because that is a thing. Technically, it's mold.
Isn't this could be a stupid thing to say, but isn't like all cheese kind of mold? I think someone told me that once and it just sounded off.
I guess it depends on the culture. I don't know. I don't know how it's. I know like Swiss cheeses because it that's how it gets the holes in it. They let the mold grow in and eat it, and then they slice it up because it's got the holes in it. Then
Do you,
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
okay.
I don't know about making
Okay,
cheese. I'm not
we
a
could just
cheese
move
man.
on.
Not a cheese expert. Cheek expert. Not a cheek expert. I don't. That sounds bad. I don't know what that is.
I think that's a whole different profession, Ian.
I regret opening my mouth some days. I tell you what. Let's see it. Some of these are just bleh, man.
I got
Right?
another good one if you need. As Ian
What?
reads, trying to
What?
decipher what he is actually reading.
Whoa. I don't know if I want to know.
I'm gonna read my next one just so we can keep her moving. I I don't like the look on your face. What did you find?
This you may or may not have to cut this. I'm so happy my sister got pregnant last week. For the first time in years, we'll be having meat for Christmas.
Huh?
It says, I'm so happy my sister got pregnant last week. For the first time in years, we'll be having meat for Christmas.
Okay, I get it now. I get it.
That's terrible.
I have so
Oh,
many questions that I don't want answered.
I don't need to know any answers for that.
Um, she jumped off the bridge without hesitation. As the bungee cord pulled her back up, she screamed in elation and told her friends how fun it was.
I'm just saying, even if I was told that was safe, I probably still wouldn't bungee jump. All right, you're still playing with death there. That girl had a 50-50 shot, not making it back up. That one was correct in starting off with the horror tone.
Yeah, Debbie wants to go bungee jumping and skydiving, and you can miss me with heights. I've gotten so much better, but when it's stuff like that, I like being on the ground.
Wait, what? Read that one again?
That was just my personal opinion.
Oh, that was your opinion on it. I thought you were reading another one. I got lost in the. Oh, that was stupid. Just
No,
don't mind me.
I just
I
don't
was
want to
so
bungee
lost.
jump. I'm sorry.
I got so lost in reading this one. I thought that you were reciting another one. It's been a really long day, man. All right.
Here, this one probably relates to you. My owner spent $80 just to repair me when she could have thrown me out being obsolete and all. Yep.
Wait, huh? They're telling this from the perspective of the thing that's getting fixed? Is
Uh
that what we're
the
doing?
thing that's being thrown out, I guess. Wait, nope. Yep, okay. They are getting repaired. I guess that's the wholesome part, but you're saying you're obsolete? I,
Wonderful.
don't worry, they got another one after this and I'm worried. I'm worried about this one. You got one lined up?
Uh,
Well, I'm going to read the same person said, I was worried when the mushroom I picked stained yellow until I put it up to my nose and got a strong scent of almonds. What?
strong scent of almonds.
What is cauliflower? What are your stories?
Once again, I'm not going to get involved in things that I don't have an understanding of.
This one's nice. Are you having a hard time finding them
Yeah,
now?
some of these are just kind of like boo.
I mean, I've read a lot of boo ones. So if you got some
Uh,
boo ones.
well, I woke up to the sound of screaming and someone pounding on my front door. I don't know how she got the handcuffs off.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But like some of these are like it was hard to keep my stomach settled during the first few weeks of anatomy class when we started dissecting human cadavers. But when the full moon rose, I could no longer control my appetite. Not a bad one. A werewolf one. The boy
Nice.
cried after he ran into her arms as the skinwalker held the child, taking on the role as mom. She rolled her eyes at the boy's abusive alcoholic stepmother who stood on the porch holding a knife. That's a whole lot of sentence with a whole lot of commas thrown into that second half, by the way. You see what I mean? Like some of these are a stretch.
Hey, you never have to stop your sentence if you just keep putting commas.
Write books? No thanks. I write big sentences. I, I don't. There's just one start, and then it's commas the rest of the way through, and one period at the end of the whole book.
You have to read it in one breath. Ripley's, believe it or not.
This man has been training for 15 years to increase his lung capacity to read in one go the entire Bible. Just like,
This one's very wholesome. My siblings can be pretty annoying, but I can trust them and tell them anything, which is why they were the first people to whom I came out to.
oh,
That
there you
one's
go.
a
That's a
sweet
nice
one.
one. For some reason, these horror ones have corrupted me, and I thought it was going to be they're the first people I turned to after I killed him. Like, I was expecting a horror twist. I'm going to be honest. Mostly harmless. This has a tag on it. What?
I have two really bad ones.
I don't like that one. That was just gross.
This one is 3 sentences, but it says, my father was playing the guitar when our dog walked in. He started singing along to the music. We don't tell him he's a bad singer, though. He's too cute for that. I don't know if that's wholesome, because you'd just be rating your dad's singing ability.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, yes, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say definitively yeah. That's a happy one. That's happy. That's happy. I don't know why I had to pull this out, but I did.
What?
Because I
What
think
was that?
it's a USB extender.
Thought you just grabbed a
I don't
necklace or something.
I don't know. I just have knickknacks, but I finally found a good one here for you, or a half decent one that at least pushes the boundaries of horror. Whatever you do, don't press the red button. It's the door release for the shuttle. The final radio transmission repeated itself in my spacesuit helmet once again as I floated out into the dark reaches of space, alone. That's some good atmosphere building.
So, did they press the red button then?
They must have.
Even though they said don't do it?
Well, it's kind of like how most people play video games, and the first thing they do is whatever the instructions
Oh.
tell them not to do.
Yeah, just psychology, like, hey, hold this, and then your first instinct is to hold whatever the person has.
It's the psychology of it. Oh, God.
This one is bleh, but I'm going to read it anyway. I hate people. I'm so bitter, I exclaimed. Hey, said the wholesome man. That's it. That's your 2 sentence.
Hey.
Yeah, that's
Man,
it. I clicked on it and there's nothing more.
I hate
I have no idea what this means, but it made me giggle. Take my upvote is the first comment.
I'm mad at the whole world. I hate everybody and everything in it. Dude named World. Hey. Oh my God. Okay, here's a stupid one for you. Okay, I don't like the fact that this says little boy, but the little boy was sitting outside of the bar called Sane. Actually, on second thought, I think he was insane.
This,
Zing.
I was laughing hard before yours because I read my next one.
Oh no.
I don't know if it's wholesome, but it's funny. She desperately, so that some extravagant youth would find her attractive and pay for her body. Eventually, someone bought Mr. Fluffy Bear and enjoyed her gentle cuddles with the other teddies.
Ah, they had us in the first half, not gonna lie. Wow, that was not at all where I was expecting that to go.
This one's really wholesome, but I mean, just kind of, I feel kind of basic. The woman asked her husband if he would have still married her if he saw what their future looked like. He responded with, "Babe, if I saw what our life would look like after we got married, I would have put a ring on your finger the moment we met."
Oh,
Oh, sweet.
adorable. Lovely. I love that. Oh, I broke it, Joe. I broke
Yep.
my knick-knack.
How is this wholesome? This
Some of
made me
these aren't.
sad. I'm gonna read this one quick. While our dad was sick and bedridden, our dog would never leave his side by the bed no matter what. When our dad made a miraculous recovery, which astonished his doctors, we all slept that night with relief and peace, semicolon. However, the next morning, we found out that our dog didn't make it through the night.
That,
I,
yeah, how's that a wholesome?
I
That
thought
doesn't
about
make
it,
me
and it's
feel
like
good.
maybe the dog gave its life for its owner. That's the only twist I can make it wholesome.
I'm guessing, but that's still horrible. That's still
Uh,
very horrible. I don't want that for the dog.
let's do one more and then finish up the episode.
God.
I got mine today. Well, I got mine for the end.
Oh, this was just stupid. Coffin for sale. Then you open it up and it says previously occupied. Ah,
Uh,
it's stupid, but I love it. Coffin for sale. Previously occupied. Oh, good. Thought I was getting a new one. I'll get one used, thanks. They're cheaper that way.
uh, was that your last one?
Yeah, I'm gonna end it on that one. I think that's the happiest one I can find for a horror one.
Uh, I'm glad I'm not reading this one below the one because this one's just sad. Like, it's wholesome, but it's depressing. But this one's hilarious. I got catcalled today. My neighbor's cat butt dialed me, and all I could hear was his purring.
Oh, that's adorable. If
Um,
only Bubbers never calls me like that.
I hate that's not wholesome. Okay, Ian, if there's a good one, make it your quote. If there's a funny one you can find, I got this one as my quote. If you're new here,
See, I've got one
mm,
here. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I've
no,
got
you're good.
one here that is not a horror, but is actually a good one. And I think I'm gonna roll with that. It's she cried as she heard the first words coming from her son's mouth. The doctor had told her he was a stillborn. So that's actually a good one. She finds out her son is alive. She's crying tears of joy. Or am I misreading that?
I got dark vibes from that one.
I don't know. I'm confused. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that. I don't know what that's supposed
Read
to
it
be
again. Read
referring.
it one more time. Maybe I misheard it.
It says she cried as she heard the first words coming from her son's mouth. The doctor told her he was a stillborn.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I heard
Yeah.
that wrong. Okay. I didn't hear that her. Okay.
You're good?
My
You
bad.
got it.
I got it from the horror side. And for my quote, um, which comes from Bitter Dig 5118 on Reddit. Please don't. I have a wife and kids. Sorry, I didn't realize. I'll cancel the blind date then.
All right. Yeah, I could see that. That's a nice one.
But that's our quotes. We don't know how this exactly is going to turn out in the end. Like I said at the beginning, this is kind of new for us. If you like it, we can deep
It's just
dive
a
into
weird
Reddit
but
some
fun
more.
one.
Uh,
Weird but fun.
If you guys want us to do it again, leave a like, leave a comment. And thank you for BSing with us today. Follow or subscribe to become But Today. We'll see you next time when we take another deep dive through Reddit, possibly.
And make sure to take her easy now. See ya.
Also, before this episode starts, because I forgot to say it before the recording, we have collabed with a podcast recently, the Baptized Machine podcast. I will link it down below. If you want to check out our interview with Hans from Baptized Machine, check out the link below and hope you enjoy the video.